What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm sorry it's pitch black, y'all. It's early in the morning. It's about 5 in the morning. I'm on my way to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take y'all on my morning ride with me. But this is an episode of A Penny for Your Thoughts. It's actually episode 20. You know, it's right before Christmas. What is it? I think it's December 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to get into some things, but first of all, I want to celebrate the 20th episode of my podcast. I know y'all probably not awake yet to even watch this, but that's cool. But you know, it'll definitely be up on Apple Podcasts. I finally found out how to download these Instagram lives, you know what I'm saying, and throw it up on my YouTube and on everything. But it's a lot of things I want to talk about. Turn my heat down so y'all can actually hear me. But yo, so what's crazy is I started this podcast in 2020, and yeah, I know it's crazy how over the span of 2 years you only got 20 episodes. But now I'm trying to get going. I'm trying to really get this thing consistent. But what's crazy is throughout the whole duration of me doing these episodes, it started off with me talking about the whole Tory Lanez and Megan case. So that's what I want to get into. Apparently, the jury's supposed to get a deliberation today. So I just want to give my take, my 2 cents on what's going to happen and everything that has happened in this case so far. First and foremost, I think Tory's going to walk. I think they're going to find him innocent on all 3 charges. I could be wrong. And this could be a horrible take. And it's not that I'm rooting on Tory. I'm rooting on the truth. And when I look at the case, I look at what the witness is saying. It looks like it was, in my opinion, a misunderstanding. But then also, Megan had gotten so deep in her trying to say Tory did what he did that she couldn't turn back at that point. But it looks like, after seeing everything that the witness is saying, because I've been paying attention to this case, like in a Law and Order SVU episode, like I've been glued to this joint. It looks like her friend actually shot her. And I'm gonna tell you why. Kelsey actually has more motive than Tory when you look at the case. Kelsey was intimate with Tory. She was messing with Tory, and then Megan apparently like swooped in and stole Tory from her. And then on top of that, you have a confrontation, a fight between Kelsey and Megan. So not only did you take the guy that I was trying to like date, but then apparently she got beat up by Megan. So she definitely had more motive to shoot Megan than Tory. It doesn't make sense that Tory would shoot her just because she made a dig at his career. She said he wasn't a good singer or rapper or whatever. Like, that don't make sense. And that's the case that the prosecution tried to make, that his ego was so fragile that he had to shoot her because she took a shot at his career. Like, that don't hold much weight. It don't make much sense, much logic. What people are saying too, which is crazy to me, I'm gonna have to actually do this, so I gotta spin back, is they're saying the Daystar album that Tory put out, it didn't go far because at the time he was canceled. You gotta listen to that again because it says a lot of things. It points out a lot of stuff that's coming out right now in court. So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. So I'm definitely gonna have to spin back for the Daystar album. But what's crazy is he was dropping so many albums, like the clip he was dropping it at, I was almost sure that maybe he was guilty because it seemed like he was putting out a lot of music to prepare for going away, like to prepare for going to prison. So in my mind, I'm thinking like he's trying to be preeminent and he's trying to like prepare for, okay, I'm about to go away for a while. Let me leave my fans with this music so I can keep making money. These things keep streaming while I'm locked up in prison. I don't know how long I'm gonna go away for jail. That's what I thought. I thought he was just prepping for, you know, what was gonna happen. Because at first, when the stories was coming out, it was looking like he actually shot her. And that's one thing I'm gonna say is, moving forward, you really gotta be careful with like giving your 2 cents, and it might be too early. But I personally saw everything that happened. The first time I heard about the story was actually Tasha K. she made it sound like Tory shot her because she said, I got inside information. She was talking about, like, she heard this from, like, people in Megan's camp. She heard all these things. Like, the first the story was really vague, and it made it seem like Megan got shot, like, in a drive-by or something, and Tory was getting arrested for defending her, and, like, he was shooting back at whoever was shooting at their car, but Megan got shot in a crossfire or something. They made it sound like something real crazy at first, but I guess that was Tory people putting that story out. Like, Tory didn't have nothing to do with it. It was some stranger that shot at them. It sounded like a weird story. But then Tasha K came out and was like, no, Tory was the one that shot Megan. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, damn. We got another domestic violence case on our hands. So, like, me, like everybody else, when we first heard it, a lot of us thought about, like, Chris Brown and Rihanna. You was thinking she was the victim of this big domestic violence case. And it was messed up. And then this was right when the whole George Floyd thing was happening in 2020. It's in the middle of the pandemic. All we had to do was just, you know, sit and look at our phones all day. That's all we had to do all day. And at that time, Tory was becoming a bigger star because of quarantine radio. Like, him and Boosie was kind of running the pandemic at that point as far as on Instagram. They had quarantine radio every day popping off. So it was a crazy time where we were literally on our phones all day and just watching all these things unfold. But now you're getting the witness saying that it was actually Kelsey who fired the gun. You're realizing that the gun was never Tory's. It wasn't registered to him. It was actually, it was an unregistered weapon. But then Megan's stylist, EJ, said he's seen what looked like a gun in Kelsey's luggage. So that was her gun all along. It wasn't Tory's gun. And then you're finding out that Megan was drunk. She was getting into it with everybody at Kylie Jenner's party. She got kicked out of the party. She got into a big argument with Tory, then Kelsey, because she was sleeping with Tory behind Kelsey's back. And then the argument got physical, and she's fighting Kelsey. So if you sleeping with this girl's man, then you beating her up, and she goes into her bag and pulls out her gun and starts shooting at you, that story makes a lot more sense than him saying dance be dance and just shooting her for no reason. And the fact that you have a witness that was independent, he has no bias, he's not for Megan or for Tory, and that's the story that that's what he saw. This is the story that he's corroborating. It's a whole different story now. And I'm not trying to put it on Megan like she's just lying. I'm going to say this. She was drunk that night, and apparently there was a tussle for the gun. So it's possible that she was fighting with Kelsey. She won the fight and just said, forget this, I'm walking away. She's walking out of the car, she's walking away. Kelsey starts shooting. Megan turned around, and Tory got the gun after, like, they wrestled for the gun. So she probably heard shots and immediately started running. By the time she see what's going on, Tory done wrestled the gun away from Kelsey. That's also possible in my opinion. But regardless of the fact, I'm gonna tell y'all why Tory's innocent. This is not the court of public opinion. This is the court of law. And in the court of law, you're innocent till proven guilty. Meaning, they have to prove you're guilty past reasonable doubt. They did not do that. There's way too much reasonable doubt in this case. Even if Tory actually did shoot Megan, and this is what's sad, even if he did shoot her, they didn't prove it past reasonable doubt. And that's the way our justice system works. And this is why Tory will walk, because his lawyers did his job, and the prosecution, all they did was they were pretty entitled and just assumed that everything was going to fall in place. They didn't do good enough with even questioning Meg, who they're trying to somewhat represent, even though really they're representing the people of California, because this is the state versus Tory. This is not Megan versus Tory in reality, even though they try to put that narrative out there. It's really him versus the state. And I gotta give Tory props. He was fighting for his life. I thought he was gonna be found guilty. It's not over yet. We'll see what happens today. But I'm just giving my prediction before it happens, before this all plays out. I really think he's gonna be found innocent because I'm looking at this case. There's way too many holes in the story. And Tory, he could have went up as a witness, but they was gonna try to come at his character and take too many assassinations at his character. They was gonna talk about his tattoos, his music videos, and talk about all the stuff that doesn't relate to the case. And the way I see it, it looked like he's about to walk, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. I might be too early. Again, we'll give him my take because, like I said, initially, I thought Tory was guilty. And now I'm gonna have to back off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you seen it play out in court. And, I mean, it's a whole different story. I'm gonna definitely listen. Like I said, I gotta listen to that Daystar album again. But one thing I will say is this. You gotta be careful with cancel culture. Because people get canceled just because of allegations. And in America, like I said, it's innocent till proven guilty. And he wasn't proven guilty. And it's also like famous quote from Denzel in Training Day. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. That's how the law works, whether we like it or not. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. At that point, when you make an allegation, it's on the prosecution to prove those allegations, to prove the person's guilt. It's not on the defendant to prove his innocence. All the defendant has to do is to create enough reasonable doubt, and that's what Tory's lawyer did. So we'll see how this all plays out. Yeah, man. I mean, this has been a long time coming. I think everybody pretty much exhausted from this case, but we all kind of anticipating what's going to happen. It's funny because you could watch it from different media outlets and come to a different conclusion because different people got their own bias. Me personally, no pun intended, but I don't got no horse in this race. No, because back to Stallion. But I don't got no horse in this race. I'm on the side of truth. But it looked like Tory didn't do it. And if he didn't do it, then I'm glad. If he did do this, then at the same time, God is the ultimate judge. You know what I'm saying? And God know what happened that night. Y'all know me. I know I'm religious. But yeah, man. I mean, this is interesting. This is definitely interesting. I appreciate y'all joining me on my morning ride out to work. I'm on the I-90 right now. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man. There was something else I wanted to talk about too. Oh yeah, I definitely want to talk about this whole Gunna case, yo. So many people are doing acrobatics and jumping through hoops to try to say Gunna didn't snitch. Gunna definitely snitched. And I'm going to tell you why it's pretty much confirmed now. I mean, first of all, the man is caught in 4K saying, yes, ma'am, when the judge or the, I don't know if it was the judge or the prosecution was asking him about the crimes or whatever. I think it was the prosecution, actually. So they were saying, do you admit that YSL was a gang? Yes. Do you admit that YSL committed crimes? He says, yes, ma'am. Were there drugs in the car, and did they belong to you? And he says, no, ma'am. So you pretty much putting guilt on all these people that were charged along with you. And they're literally trying to fight and say that YSL is not a gang, and you saying that there are. He was caught on camera saying all this, but people are saying he didn't snitch. And it's just crazy how people will cape for artists because they like him. And my only thing is this. Why are we not keeping the same energy that we have for Tekashi 6ix9ine? You know what I'm saying? Now, my thing is this. I used to be a civilian. I'm not even a civilian anymore. I'm actually law enforcement, right? So I actually don't have a problem with people testifying or being a witness at its core. But I'm just saying, if you're going to live by a code, you got to see that through. And I believe if you do the crime, you got to do the time. Like, I look down on people that would snitch against their own people. Like, if you in a gang and you snitch, like, obviously me as law enforcement, we need that. But at the same time, you still a rat and you got to hold that. You know what I'm saying? Because you went against your own people and your own code to be selfish and just look out for self. And so my thing is, you got to call a spade a spade. The man ratted. He got a whole song saying take it to trial, but then was scared to take it to trial. And like, it's not much that can be said, but this is why, to me, it's like almost completely confirmed, or not almost, excuse me. This is why, to me, it's completely confirmed that Gunna snitched at this point. Apparently, he claimed Crip. That's like his set. I don't know which Crip set it was, but whatever Crip set from Atlanta or wherever he's from, whatever he claimed as far as being a Crip, they apparently disown him because of what he did in court, in the plea agreement that he took, the plea that he copped. Because he snitched and because he's a rat, they said, yo, he's no longer Crip. So for all you people that keep saying Gunna did not snitch, his own set disowned him. So now it's on y'all to kind of like try to defend that. There's a lot of people that was trying to call me dumb and say I don't understand the law, I'm not a lawyer, all y'all fake lawyers trying to say Gunna is a snitch, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people call me police anyways, because I am. It is what it is. But, yo, I'm going to call a spade a spade. He snitched. I mean, I talk about this at my job, too, with people that snitch. Like, when it's a snitch, it's a snitch. Like, it's like, oh, man, he snitched. He couldn't do the time. He could, you know what I'm saying? We measure, like, we look at people and we see, like, yo, what's their body like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what they really made of. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you really about that life? Everybody does that too. We size people up and we look and we like, I think he'll fold. I think he'll fold. Or we look at somebody else and like, nah, he's serious. He's really about that. Like, nah, you got to check his body. Like, you can't just talk to this guy any old way. Like, he really will do. You know what I'm saying? He really about that life. Like, he's really about that. So it's, you know, that's all I'm saying here. I'm not trying to put it like I'm in the streets or I'm a thug. Like, y'all know me. I'm law enforcement. It is what it is. But I don't like to talk about my job too much, you know, on the internet and stuff. I ain't trying to get in trouble or nothing. What I'm saying does not represent, you know, the state that I work for or whatever. That's all I'm saying. That's a little disclaimer. You know, my opinions are my own. But hey, yo, this is crazy. I just see, first of all, it's crazy because I feel like us as a community, all us black people are like, our eyes are glued to these two cases right now because they're both crazy and playing out in the public in front of all of us. You got the YSL RICO case, and then you got the Tory Lanez trial going on right now, and it's just, it's been a lot. Like, it's been a lot of entertainment. It's been a lot of learning and understanding, like, the legal system, the whole legal process. And it's, I mean, I'm not trying to make light of what happened to Meg Thee Stallion or either of these situations, but I'm just saying, from my point of view, I think it's been a dope experience to kind of sit back and watch these cases play out and kind of learn from them and just take them in. It's not dope what happened, but it's, I'm saying, looking on the bright side, the silver lining is, like, us as a community, I feel like, got to sit back and see this legal process play out in two different ways, two very different ways. and learn a lot from it and take a lot from it. Because, I mean, we living in this country, us understanding the way the legal system works is very important. And it's not education you get every day. You know what I'm saying? It's not every day you get to see these court proceedings play out like this, and we get to sit back and learn from it the way we are. So that's something else I'm taking away from this. Like I said, man, it's gonna be crazy when the ruling comes out today. It's gonna be crazy. All right, I'm gonna give my predictions too. So obviously, like I said, I think he's gonna be innocent, but I'm gonna predict what happens if he's found innocent, and then I'm gonna also give my prediction if he's found guilty. And when I say my prediction, I'm saying my prediction on how things go for Tory afterwards and how things go for Megan afterwards. All right, so my prediction for Tory, if he's found innocent, which I think will happen, there's going to be a group of liberals and feminists that supported Meg that's going to always believe that he shot her. And they're going to always have hate for him and be like, wow, y'all really didn't cancel this guy. Y'all really kept listening to him. Wow, he really won the case. Protect black women. Black women can't get no justice. But then there's also going to be a lot of casual people that's in the middle that's going to be cool with Tory again. And the thing is, Tory makes great music. He makes great music, in my opinion. And so he'll be able to get a lot more looks. A lot of people took him off his playlist. He got taken off the Rap Caviar playlist on Spotify. They're going to get to play him again. He's going to get a lot more mainstream looks again. He might get a Grammy, not this year, but in the future, like in the next couple of years. Now, if he gets a Grammy, hey, I called it first. But he might get a Grammy, say, next year or the year after now, because he's been putting out great projects. If you don't believe me, check out Alone at Prom by him. It was an 80s album, 80s themed album. Very fire project. Actually, part of the reason why, like, I was inspired to work on my 90s project that I'm working on still. He put out a concept album called Alone at Prom. Check that out. Incredible project. It didn't get a look because he was canceled at the time, like I said. I think his career will go up from here, obviously. And he'll be loved by the public, but he'll still get a lot of hate. It'll be kind of similar to what happened with Chris Brown, except better in this case, because he didn't beat Megan down and he was found not guilty, whereas Chris Brown was found guilty. But Chris Brown is loved a lot now by the public, but at the same time, you always got people that's going to hate him for forever. And so I feel like it's going to be something similar with Tory Lanez. It's like Tory Lanez is going to probably be more accepted by the public than Chris Brown, but he's still going to always have people that hate him, and that's going to always bring this up. Just like with Chris Brown. Whenever Chris Brown got a good look or something good going for him, you got people that always bring up the Rihanna situation. And so that's going to happen. But like I said, I think Tory will go on from here. He's going to win awards. He's going to continue to go platinum. He's going to get bigger and bigger. Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion is going to receive a lot of bashing in the coming, like, week or so. And I'm hoping she's strong enough to take that. I hope she got a strong enough circle, because I feel like she might have a mental breakdown, and that's not what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping she's strong enough. I don't want her to, you know, get suicidal thoughts or nothing. She already said she wished she would have actually got killed. And I'm hoping she's strong enough to withstand the coming onslaught if Tory's found innocent, because everybody's going to be treating her like Jussie Smollett. And I've already been seeing people say that. And it is sad, because people are going to think that she did this maliciously. Well, I think some of it was malicious, because it wasn't just finding justice or finding the truth. She really did want to take down and end Tory's career, and she wanted him buried under the jail, because she just was so sure that he shot her. And I mean, it's crazy, but what's going to happen is going to happen. And so I say all that to say this, though. Like I said, it's only going to last for a week. You know how our society is. We move on from news quick. She going to always have her support base. She going to have her fans that mess with her, and then she going to have the people that became fans of her just because of her being a victim and what happened and the way things were made to look originally. So you're going to have people that ride for her that's like feminists and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, if Tory's found innocent, she'll survive. She'll still be a rapper. But like in the close future, in the immediate future, she's gonna get a lot of backlash. But then people will move on. Then she'll go back to being Meg Thee Stallion, and it'll be what it'll be. And I'm sure she'll always in her mind be like, Tory shot me. I don't know if she'll ever admit to it being Kelsey. I don't want to call her a liar because I don't know. I don't want to put that on her character. If she was indeed lying, she's a good liar. And I will say this, if she's lying, I don't know if she'll ever come clean, because if she's lying that good, she's probably at the point where she believes her own lie. And in her mind, if she's lying, I mean, she did, I will say this, she lied about some of the things in her testimony because she said her and Tory wasn't together. And then she said she didn't fight Kelsey. So she did lie at different parts of her testimony. That's just known. But if she's lying about even thinking that Tory shot her, she'll never come clean, because at this point, I believe, like when somebody's a compulsive liar to that degree, they begin to believe their own lie. And in her heart of hearts, at this point, she probably believed that Tory shot her if she was lying about it all this time. And that's a damn shame, because that means you was lying for the last 2 years. But hey, like I said, she already lied about some things, so I don't know. But like I said, she'll be able to recover from this. Now let me go on the flip side. If Tory is found guilty, I don't think he can recover. If he's found guilty, here's the thing. We're gonna have all these groups saying, we told you so. We're gonna have all these people bashing him. He's still got a strong fan base that's gonna support him no matter what. On the flip side, all those people that'll always hate him, he got people that's gonna always support him no matter what, will listen to his music because he is a good artist. Like I said, he puts out great music. But not only will he do time in prison and be locked up, he could also be deported because he's not from America. If he's deported and banned from the United States, he can always get that overseas bag. He can always do festivals and stuff in Canada and stuff. People can go over to Canada and see him live and stuff. But that's going to mess up his career, not being able to travel America, which is the main market for his like music and his fan base. If he can't come to America, it's going to be hard on his career. Is it going to be over? No. Like, he could always put out music, and it's not like his music will be banned in America. Like, you can always listen to his music, and he can always drop projects, but it's going to cut into his bag if he can't, like, tour the country. He can't do shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we talking about tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars being kept out of his pockets from being able to tour America. Now, there's a big world out there, obviously, and like I said, people from America can go visit him in Canada and see his shows up there, but that's gonna cut into his bag. And if he's found guilty, Meg is gonna probably parade this around, and she's gonna be seen in an even bigger light, and she probably gonna move like Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Like how Rihanna like blew up and her career got even way bigger after the whole Chris Brown Rihanna situation. I felt like that's what Rock Nation been trying to position her like. That's probably what's gonna happen to her. Meg Thee Stallion is gonna, you know, be an even bigger megastar, be an even bigger like angel in the media's eyes, and be this huge like star. But like I said, I believe the first thing is gonna happen. Like I said, I think he's gonna be found innocent. Based off of what I've seen. It's only this is not based off of what I want. Make that clear. It's not that I'm rooting on him to be found innocent. I'm telling you what I think is going to happen based off of what I've heard the witnesses say, what I've heard from the court proceedings. So I just want to make that clear so y'all don't be like, oh, he's a misogynist, or, you know, because y'all just be trying to throw stuff on a nigga. And I also say this, DJ Academic said she's already prepping for him to be found innocent and how she's going to play it. So it's not just me that thinks this. Her team thinks he's about to be found innocent, and they're already preparing for it. And they're preparing to say, oh, black women aren't protected. They want to keep, you know, throwing that victim card out there, riding that victim. And that's what I hate is I get annoyed with the victim Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, black women should be protected. I'm never going against that. I'm not saying black women shouldn't be protected. Obviously, I came from a black woman. Black women should always be protected. But you can't throw that card out there like the race card or the gender card. You can't try to trump it in every situation, even when you're wrong. For instance, like I saw the Set It Off movie, and I love that movie. It's a classic. You can't go out like Jada Pinkett and them did and Set It Off and rob a bank, and then the police shoot you, and then you say black women should. No, you robbed the bank. Like, you don't just get to throw that trump card out there when you're wrong and what happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if she really lied on Tory and was shot from, that's, you had a bad friend, and you were a bad friend, and, you know, things took a turn. That situation just went way further than it should have been. But that, at that point, that becomes a whole different situation if your friend shot you over over Tory. So if your friend shot you, you don't get to parade around the same way. And it's just a whole different situation. Like I said, like, it looks different. The optics are different. You don't get to parade around that you're a domestic violence victim. You a victim for probably having a bad friend. I mean, you're a victim of violence. But then also the story is this. One could question, was it self-defense? Because from what I heard, apparently Meg was beating the brakes off of Kelsey. So if you beating the brakes off of somebody and then they shoot you, who's the victim? Is your friend the victim? Are you the victim? Is it assault? Is it attempted murder? Is it self-defense? It's a toss-up at that point. And that's why, in my opinion, with all that going on, you got to get to the bottom of that before you can even start to point fingers at Tory. And that's why there's enough reasonable doubt for him to be found innocent, in my opinion. But I don't know. Y'all take it how y'all want. You know, y'all give y'all takes too, and tell me what y'all think. Leave it in the comments. Throw up your own videos. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my 2 cents. And with all that being said, this is a penny for your thoughts. And like I said, I'm gonna throw this up. This will be on Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. So check out my podcast, Penny for Your Thoughts. And this is episode 20. And we'll see what happens today. Y'all hit me up. Y'all light me up in the comments if I'm wrong and my take is wrong and Tory is found guilty. Y'all light me up. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how my take was wrong. And if he's found innocent, you can say you heard it here first. We'll see what happens, though. It's all about to play out today. So it's either today or tomorrow. They said they're going to give deliberation. I think we should get it by the end of the day. I'm definitely going to check and see. I got to go to work for 16 hours, so I won't be out till late o'clock. I won't be out till late tonight, around like 11 o'clock. So we'll see what happens. But that's my take. It's my 2 cents. This is a penny for your thoughts. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. God bless y'all. God bless the both of them. I hope they both get peace, because I know this was probably traumatic for everyone involved. And that's all I have to say. Y'all have a good one. Peace.